Okay, West Ham and Everton have both crashed out of the FA Cup at the fourth round stage. West Ham have lost 4-2 to AFC Wimbledon in an embarrassing defeat, and Everton have been embarrassed by Millwall 3-2 and only got 3 shots on target. Now, I watched the Everton game in full, and that was an embarrassing performance by a full strength Everton side. But if you look at their form coming into this game, they've only won 2 games in 10. Their form isn't great. They're languishing in the mid-table in the Premier League. West Ham, they had a slow start to the season. Their form has improved, but the Arnautovic question isn't going away, and the side, they've spent a lot of money and they are underachieving. So these are 2 mid-table Premier League sides that are underachieving this season. Everton's form is really bad. Marco Silva has to be looking over his shoulder at the possibility of getting sacked. I think Pellegrini, it's starting to work under Pellegrini, but West Ham, losing 4-2. I mean, the weather conditions in London and the southeast were horrific this evening. I'm not going to deny that the weather was poor, and both games were played under similar conditions on the south side of London. But that's 2 Premier League sides going out at the fourth round stage that you would expect to go far in the tournament. They're both in recent years. Both have got to the final in the last 12 years, 13 years. There's a great history with both clubs. I'm really surprised that they've fallen at this stage. Everton 3 shots on target. Not enough players were willing to get their shorts dirty tonight. There wasn't enough of a physical battle. They were bullied by Millwall. Defensively, they're all over the shop. Jordan Pickford, I'm not sold on him. I never was at the World Cup. Yeah, he won us a penalty shootout, big deal. He saved a penalty, but he looked very unconfident. He starts to come for the ball, then he starts retreating. Either you go for the ball, or you stay on your line. Don't dither in the middle because your defence is clueless. That's the third goal for Millwall, basically in a nutshell. I'm not sold on Jordan Pickford at all. That's my personal opinion. West Ham, the Arnautovic question isn't going away with his petulance. And I think also there's a bit of arrogance by these Premier League sides, believing they have this superiority to the lower league opposition. The fact that Wimbledon are in League One and are struggling, and Millwall are on the third smallest budget in the Championship and are fair to middling, says a lot about what's just happened to these 2 Premier League sides this evening. Both humbled, both couldn't get motivated for the away game. Going with a superiority complex, it seems. Everton were absolutely shocking tonight. The first goal was some poor goalkeeping on the Millwall part. Richarlison was actually Everton's best player this evening, I felt, but 3 shots on target in the entire game is not going to be enough. It doesn't matter who you're playing. 3 shots on target in an entire game. Okay, yes, you got 2 goals there, but you've conceded 3. And defensively, were in absolute shambles, and they were, being bullied a little bit. I think Millwall were ready for the physical battle because that's the style of football they play. Everton, they just didn't want to get their shorts dirty. They didn't want to roll their sleeves up. They didn't want to get stuck in. They were second best in a lot of challenges, and I think this is a Premier League thing. It seems that the physical side of the game is becoming less and less because players dive all the time, and I think the lower leagues, there's less skill level, admittedly, but there seems to be more passion, more drive, and more willingness to get dirty and get stuck in. And Everton just lacked that physicality. They were too soft. West Ham, I'm assuming the same, because there's no way on a 9 times out of 10, 11 times out of 12, 99 times out of 100, West Ham and Everton win those games from sheer quality alone. But they didn't want to get there. They didn't want to roll their sleeves up. Didn't want to roll the socks down in the old 70s style and get dirty. They didn't want to get stuck in. They allowed themselves to be bullied by lesser players, plain and simple. And I think Millwall, and from what I'm reading from AFC Wimbledon, they wanted it more. These clubs are basically broke. They've got no money. Most clubs in the Championship downwards are losing money or are broke or are facing winding up petitions and administration. They want it more. A cup run to these clubs could mean the club surviving next season or not. And I'm being deadly serious. I think Everton, they haven't really recovered anything since the Allardyce, Coman farce of last season. They look distinctly all over the place, and defensively was a shambles. But there we go. Everton and West Ham have crashed out of the FA Cup fourth round. Thank you very much for watching. If you're a fan of either club, you can just vent your frustrations here, because from what I saw from Everton tonight, not good enough, not enough desire, not enough passion, not the willingness to get stuck in and get physical. And this is a criticism I label at a lot of Premier League sides. They don't want to get physical. Guardiola demands extra protection for his players. His players can't tackle. They're too soft. And that's a fair criticism. Tackling is part of the game, and for all these Arsenal were a bit more physical last night than I expected, but Man City, okay, yeah, they're winning the games like X amount of goals to nil, great, but when it actually comes down to a physical battle, they lose. Diving and the falling down easily and milking free kicks and feigning injuries is actually weakening the game long term, and that's my opinion on it. But there we go. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Place your comments below. I'll have some more videos for you soon.